notion of faith. For them, faith is just some decision we made along the way, not unlike the decision of where to go to college or what car to buy. People identify with these decisions. Are you a Toyota person, or is it Ford for you? Your being an alumnus of a certain university or college tends to follow you wherever you go. These things are identifying. You've joined the club. Genuine faith, however, is not a mere decision, and you are not a mere member of a Christian club. To be sure, faith may begin with a decision, but it's a decision to begin a journey, an adventure, as we come to know the living God. It's a journey that is thrilling, sometimes terrifying and difficult. There are typically dragons along the way, as Tolkien would remind us, filled with twists, turns, suspense, drama, and times of both unimaginable joy and pain. Part of that journey of faith is the questions that come. Questions can sometimes turn into doubts. This, I suggest, is an important part of the journey of faith. We wander not as those who are lost, but who are intentionally seeking God, encountering and pushing through challenges as they come. It's the only way to arrive at this destination. Doubts and big questions. There I was in a seminary class, of all places, having a crisis of faith. We were only a few weeks into the semester, but I was seriously doubting my Christian beliefs. My growing up experience was strongly Christian. If the church doors were open, my family was there, and we were involved. Generationally, my family had been doing formal ministry since at least my great-great-grandparents, and I was all in from an early age. Somehow I made it through Sunday school, summer camp, youth camp, countless youth events, Bible college, summer ministry, and international mission trips without deeply questioning my faith. I made a commitment to Christ at a young age and just assumed it was true from that point on. At this moment in seminary, it hit me like a splash of ice-cold water, the kind that takes your breath away. I had never seriously considered why I should think Christianity is true above all other worldviews. I'm sure as a kid I asked questions along the way. But there's a difference between considering the truth of Christianity when everyone knows the answer, or they think they do, and deeply considering its truth with a real possibility of its being wrong. There's the, let's have a fun discussion about Christianity sort of considering. And then there's the painful, teary-eyed, scared-to-death struggle of considering whether it's really true. I had never done the latter until I found myself doubting in seminary. It is quite common for Christians to experience doubts from time to time. Unfortunately, doubts about our Christian beliefs are often treated in the same way we would treat a common cold. We wait it out, treat symptoms as best as we can, perhaps with a good dose of prayer and Bible study, and hope it goes away. This approach might work for some, but for many others, the doubts creep back in and they return with friends. As the doubts compound, Christianity can begin to feel uncompelling for this reason alone. Notice it's not for a lack of evidence. It's simply because there are doubts that are left untreated. Sadly, many abandon their Christian faith because they cannot find a safe place to admit and talk about their doubts. Rather than our questions and doubts being a part of the adventure as we wander toward God, without a safe place to doubt our faith, Christianity can feel like a fake. My story is different. I leaned into my doubts. I asked those difficult questions in a lonely back room of a church I had been given to work in while in seminary. I began to read. I had conversations with people further along in their journey than I was. I began to find answers. Even though I still had plenty of questions, and still do today, I began to see my way clear of some problems.